I know some of y'all were very happy that she's not doing Unrivaled, as to stick it to the people who treated her poorly.
There's a lot of investors in this league. One investor, been trying to keep quiet about, his investment in the league ever since his comments that he made about a young rookie.
What happens when the biggest name in women's basketball turns down a brand new league's biggest pitch? Geno Auriemma just found out, and it may have cost him millions. Caitlin Clark, the rookie who's taken the WNBA by storm, reportedly rejected a massive offer from a new league backed by Geno himself. And now the same coach who once mocked her supporters as delusional is suddenly backpedaling fast. Remember when Geno claimed Clark wouldn't survive in the WNBA? Those comments haven't aged well. Before her rookie season even began, he was everywhere on TV insisting she'd struggle at the pro level, going as far as dismissing fans who believed she'd dominate. That kind of talk was bold and reckless. Fast forward to today, and the tone couldn't be more different. Now Geno is showering Clark with praise, calling her a phenomenon and a game changer. The shade is gone, replaced with admiration. A complete 180. So, what caused the sudden turnaround? A change of heart? Being proven wrong by Clark's play? Not quite. Here's the real twist. Geno has financial stakes in a new basketball league, and that league desperately wanted Caitlin Clark as its star attraction. Once you connect the dots, the glowing compliments make perfect sense. This wasn't just about basketball. There was serious money involved. And when Clark said no, the fallout became impossible to ignore. Crazy how fast opinions change when millions are on the line, right?
That Caitlin had ignited a tremendous amount of attention, an incredible phenomenon that very rarely happens. And it's certainly the worst part about new fans. They have no perspective. There's no context. So they just say ridiculous nonsense.
The same coach who once trashed Caitlin Clark is now practically begging for her attention. But that's what happens when millions of dollars are on the line. Geno isn't just taking back his words, he's choking on them. And Clark? She's out here living her best life, proving every doubter wrong, including the ones suddenly lining up to be her loudest supporters. If you thought Geno's flip-flop was dramatic, wait until you hear what Clark was doing on the court while he was changing his tune. She wasn't just playing basketball, she was composing an entirely new soundtrack. Her rookie season wasn't merely impressive, it was historic. By the time it ended, even the harshest critics had to admit one undeniable truth. Caitlin Clark wasn't just ready for the WNBA, she was reshaping it. Let's start with Game 1. Clark opened her career with 19 points like it was nothing. And that was only the warm-up. Night after night, she delivered jaw-dropping performances, casually dropping 30-point games like they were routine. But she wasn't just a scorer. She was threading assists with the poise of a seasoned veteran. Remember the critics who said she couldn't handle the league's physicality? That argument didn't last long. Clark didn't just keep up with established stars, she made them look a step behind. Records started falling everywhere. 62 of them in a single season. Yes, 62. And these weren't just rookie marks. She was breaking all-time league records for points and assists. It was as if Clark looked at the record books and decided they needed a full rewrite. And the scariest part? She made it look effortless.
The rest of the team starts to feel like that as well. So they're dangerous not because of what Caitlin does, but what somebody like her.
Make the most of Caitlin Clark not playing by hinting everything and basically making people think that Caitlin Clark was going to play.
By the time the dust settled on her rookie year, Caitlin Clark had accomplished the unthinkable. She finished 4th in MVP voting as a rookie, something that simply isn't supposed to happen. But Clark has never been interested in what's supposed to happen. She makes the impossible look routine. Suddenly, all those predictions about her struggling in the WNBA looked ridiculous. Clark didn't just prove she could survive at the pro level, she proved she could dominate it. Rookie of the Year? Check. First team All-WNBA? Double check. She didn't meet expectations. She obliterated them. While Geno was busy swallowing his past words, Clark was feasting on the court. She didn't just silence her critics. She forced them to invent new ways to describe her greatness. And the scary part? This was only her rookie season. The WNBA might want to brace itself, because Caitlin Clark is just getting started. And just when it seemed like her stock couldn't rise any higher, a brand new league came calling with an offer that would make most players dizzy. Imagine this, over $1 million for just 8 weeks of basketball. Sounds unreal, right? Enter Unrivaled, the new 3-on-3 league with serious financial backing, big names behind it, and one clear target in mind, Caitlin Clark. After the season she just had, it was no surprise everyone wanted her. But Unrivaled didn't come lightly. They came with a jaw-dropping contract. More than $1 million for an 8-week season. In women's basketball, that kind of money is almost unheard of. Life-changing. The kind of deal you're not supposed to turn down. Everyone assumed it was a lock.
Who says no to that?
Unrivaled certainly didn't think she would. They started dropping hints all over social media, teasing Clark's involvement like it was already official, cryptic posts, subtle nods to her iconic number 22. The hype was building fast. And then nothing. Silence.
Like she's third or fourth in betting odds on being MVP at the WNBA. These people are so disrespectful and so unknowledgeable and so stupid. It's funny to listen to the Fever management moan about physical fouls whenever and anytime I moan about.
The long-awaited Caitlin Clark announcement never came. Fans kept refreshing their feeds, waiting for news that just didn't arrive. And when Unrivaled finally revealed its roster, one name was glaringly absent. No Caitlin Clark. What makes it even crazier? Clark actually turned down the $1 million offer. Saying no to that kind of money sounds unthinkable, but Clark wasn't focused on the paycheck. She was focused on her game, her body, and her future. After a non-stop grind that stretched from her senior year at Iowa State into her WNBA rookie season, Clark made a calculated choice. Rest mattered more than another payday. While others chased the next big opportunity, she chose the long-term plan, recovery over quick cash. That decision sent shockwaves through Unrivaled and left its investors scrambling, including Geno Auriemma. The league had built massive hype, all but promising fans that Clark would be the face of it. And then nothing. An awkward silence no one saw coming. For Geno, this rejection hit especially hard. He wasn't just a loud critic-turned-supporter, he had real money invested. He'd bought into Unrivaled believing it would be the next major force in women's basketball. But without Caitlin Clark, that vision suddenly looks a lot less certain.
But Clark has all the leverage in this situation, and I'm not saying she flexed it, but she was comfortable enough in her position. We'll see how Unrivaled does without Caitlin Clark. They could still succeed, but we know what it would have meant if they had secured her on one of.
Remember how Unrivaled was hyping Caitlin Clark nonstop, dropping clues about her jersey number and teasing her arrival like it was a done deal? Now it just looks awkward. It's like throwing a massive party only for the guest of honor to never show up. Without Clark, Unrivaled lost its biggest source of star power, and fans noticed immediately. Questions started flying. Can this league actually survive without her? Is it even worth tuning in? All of a sudden, Geno's investment didn't look so smart. It's like betting big on a racehorse, only for the horse to lie down instead of sprint. Not exactly great for the wallet. And all that praise Geno suddenly started showering on Clark? It's beginning to feel less like genuine admiration and more like desperation. You can almost hear it between the lines. Please, Caitlin, come save our league. But Clark isn't interested. She's too busy dominating the WNBA and proving every doubter wrong. And here's the real irony. The fans Geno once mocked as delusional for believing in her, turns out they were right all along.
Phenomenon that very rarely happens, and it certainly changed the landscape, no question. The way they transcend their team even, it's like there isn't anything they think they can't do.
Caitlin Clark isn't just good. She's changing the entire game. She's proving that players now have more control than ever before. They can say no to massive paydays if the timing isn't right. They can choose rest over cash. That's a whole new level of star power. So while Geno watches his investment wobble, Clark is out here rewriting the rules of women's basketball stardom. This isn't just about eating your words. He's choking on them. And Clark? She's only getting started. The basketball world better pay attention, because Caitlin Clark isn't playing by anyone else's rules. She didn't just shake up women's basketball, she flipped the entire script. This rookie phenomenon proved everyone wrong, including one of the most legendary voices in the sport. But her impact goes far beyond what happens on the court. Clark is showing players that they have real leverage. They can take control of their careers. Turning down $1 million to prioritize recovery? That was unheard of until now. She's not just competing in the game, she's changing how the business of basketball works. The league has a choice: adapt or get left behind. So, what's next for Caitlin Clark? More records will fall, that's a given. But the bigger question is this: what will women's basketball look like in a few years with players like Clark leading the charge? If this is the beginning, one thing's for sure: it's going to be wild.